Okay.
All right, so in the Shulchan Aruch, so we're in Siman Samach Gimel, that's chapter 63. We are up to, you scroll down, we're up to Sif Vav, so paragraph 6. Says the Shulchan Aruch, Hakar Krishma lo yirmos be'enav, when somebody is reading the Shema, you can't give somebody a gesture, even with your eyes, like pointing with your eyes, v'lo yikretz b'sfosav, and you can't mouth out words to them, v'lo yireh be'etz ba'osav, and you can't point to somebody using your fingers. B'parsha Rishona, sho'ika kabbalas el malcha shemayim. During the first paragraph, which is the primary acceptance of the yoke of heaven. Because it appears like you're just reading words without any focus, without paying attention. And it says, V'dibarta bam, and you shall speak of them. V'darshinan aseh osam keva. And we explained that means you need to make them fixed, permanent, and with your complete attention. Zion, let's say you were in the middle of work, and you want to read the Shema, you have to stop working until you have at least read that first paragraph of the Shema. The same thing, you cannot do it like you're just mumbling away words with no focus. Why would you be working? Let's say maybe you're a shift worker and now it's getting up to the time to recite the Shema, and if you don't recite the Shema now, you might miss the time of the Shema. So you have to stop just at least for that first paragraph and give it your complete focus, and then once you recited the first paragraph, then you can continue. It's not ideal, but if that's the only way to do it, then you can continue paragraphs 2 and 3 while you are engaged in those other activities. Click on the If Vav, paragraph 6, and on the right-hand side you've got the commentary, and let's go down to the Mishna Berura. Mishna Berura Yud Zayin says, Lo yirmoz, you shouldn't point or in any way indicate. Va'afilu lidvar mitzvah, even for a mitzvah purpose, also lirmoz, you're not allowed to point. How much more so you're not allowed to smell tobacco during the time you're reading the Shema. Yurches, B'Parsha Rishona. V'yesh machmirin, some people are strict, gam B'Parsha Shniya, even for the second paragraph. Ach lidvar mitzvah, but for the purposes of mitzvah, l'chol alma, according to everyone, mutar lirmos B'Parsha Shniya, you are allowed to point during the second paragraph. Aval hafsik lehedya loy. But to actually make an interruption, like to speak, that is forbidden even in the second paragraph. Moving on to, if you just highlight If Zion, seventh paragraph, and we'll see the Mishna Berura Yud Tes. Ad sheyikra, until you read, Mashma demekan v'hala mutar afilu bebirchas krishma. It seems to imply that after the first paragraph, like I said, one could continue one's work, and that would be true even in the blessings of the Shema. Right, so that last abbreviation, v'tzarech iyan gadol, Tzadi Ayin Gimel, or Vav Tzadi Ayin Gimel, means that the Mishna Berura is not comfortable with this ruling of the Shulchan Aruch that following the first paragraph, one can simply go back to work and continue your Shema, or as he says, during the blessings of the Shema, you can be occupied, engaged in other activities, and just saying the words of Shema while you're doing that. He's uncomfortable with that. And he points it out by that abbreviation. Tzarech iyan gadol means it needs a lot of attention. Yes, I hear the Shulchan Aruch's psak, I hear his ruling, I'm not comfortable with it, and I state that being respectful in just that abbreviation to show my discomfort with that. So we see here that certainly the poskim over the ages weren't afraid to engage in that dialogue over halacha, and we don't always need to necessarily be are comfortable with one another's piskei din, but we have to be able to have the tolerance and respect that unless it is mamish, neged, that is actually contrary to the law or the spirit of the law, that we respect that there are different opinions, and elu ve'elu dira lekim chaim, these and these both opinions are the words of the living God.